In 2020, I released my first book called The Children's Bread, A Journey to Liberation. This book details my personal journey to liberation through Jesus Christ and how he set me free from childhood trauma, abandonment, rejection, and lust and perversion. In the first chapter, I talk about something we don't often hear about: soul wounds. Soul wounds are any type of negative things that we experience that can affect us negatively. Being that our soul is our mind, will, and emotions, our experiences sometimes through relationships, whether it's hurt, pain, rejection, betrayal, all these things affect different aspects of our soul. So what begins to happen is those negative experiences can oftentimes cause us to adopt trauma-based identities. For instance, prior to me getting saved, the constant rejection that I received when it came to being with a certain young lady that I wanted to be with, the spirit of rejection caused me to harden my heart, become selfish, and adapt the type of mindset where I feel like I can't give you my heart, but I can give you my flesh. You see, the pain from that constant rejection caused me to be bitter and harden my heart, which is all the devil needs to get a foothold in your life. So now enters the spirit of pride, the spirit of rebellion, the spirit of lust, and the spirit of perversion. That was never the person that God designed me to be, but those negative experiences affected me negatively, causing me to adopt a trauma-based identity. Let me give you another example. When I was younger and I would be speaking to my father over the phone, he would constantly make promises that he didn't keep. So it caused me to have a disdain for liars and people that couldn't keep their word, provoking a spirit of anger in me. So as I got older, this became one of my triggers. Anytime someone couldn't keep their word or they told a lie, I'll begin to be triggered and I get angry. Now, although lying is wrong, we all can agree to that. That trauma response was an indication that I still needed inner healing and I still needed to let go of some things. So Jesus, who set the captives free, he did that for me. Over the last 14 to 15 years, he set me free from so many things. And I'm glad to report today that I'm free. And sometimes it wasn't even that they were lying. It was just that inability to keep their word. And so what that made me was a person that was very diligent with keeping my word. So when someone said that they were going to do something, like call me back or something as simple as that, and they didn't do it, then that would provoke a trauma response out of me. Why? Because there was still that childhood trauma that I still hadn't healed from, and it pertains to lying. But thank God for the ministry of the Holy Spirit. With the ministry of the Holy Spirit and God continuing to do the work that he started, listen, I learned to show grace. I learned to allow people to be human, and I learned to remove all expectations from people and place them on God. In this book, I also discuss the different forms of deliverance, from the renewing of your mind, the renovation of your mind, the way you think, from the casting out of demons, getting rid of unclean spirits, to the inner healing, healing from trauma, healing from pain, healing from different things that the soul has been affected, to free the soul from those places so the soul is not wounded, the soul is not trapped, and also healing, physical healing. A lot of bitterness and resentment and different things that the heart holds can also affect the natural body as well. And so Jesus wants to set us free in all those areas. He really came to set the captives free. Hopefully my message and my testimony has incited faith and hope in you, that the same God that set me free can set you free. Know that Jesus wants to set you free as well. He who the Son sets free is free indeed. If you would like a copy of this book, you can find it on Amazon or Eric Roscoe Global.